Assalamu alaikum everyone. Let's move to our today's session. Okay, we have discussed various topics and we are doing a different practice questions from this book. And after doing practice, we usually go through different answers in order to get ideas and different words and how we can answer our question even if we don't have any idea, so that we can get certain ideas and words which we're lacking. So we have done a couple of topics for part one and part two as well three. So today we will going to resume our practice test. First of all, we will go through for part one and then part two and part three. So, so let's start. But first, the last topic, how much we have done. I think till 50 topic is done. I think losing things is very easy topic. Colors is also easy. Memory, feeling bored. So let's start with this topic, feeling bored. Okay, who would like to do practice test? Raise hand who want to practice for the entire test, including part one, part two, and part three. Either would you like to do practice or would you like to take my entire test? You can raise your hand. Anyone who would like to do practice?
Yes, ma'am. I want to do practice.
All right. So would you like to answer question first, or would you like to take my test first? Like we will move part by part. Like we those who want to do practice for part one, we all cover part one practice and then we will move to part two and then part three.
Yes, ma'am. First, you can ask me, then I will ask you questions.
All right. Okay. Before when Mamuna join us, welcome Ma'am Mamuna. If you would like to add anything, you are free to unmute yourself. All right. All right. So let's start our practice. And so let's talk about feeling bored. Do you often feel bored?
Board?
Yes. Do you often feel bored?
Well, I don't much feel bored because I find myself much busy in my uh, work and study related projects. Uh, because moreover, I spend my free time in doing performing my hobbies like watching movies, and sometimes I also like to listen music. So overall, I don't feel bored. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. I was asking this next question while my mic was muted. Let me ask it again. When do you feel bored?
Most of the time I feel bored at that time when I have no work to do. For example, if there are vacation uh, and I have no much work. Uh, so during these days, I feel bored, and another time I feel bored like if I have much difficulty in performing my task and I am facing challenges, then I also feel bored and try to escape the reality of life.
What do you do when you feel bored?
Well, it is also depend upon the type of boredom, like uh, from which cause it is happening. Like if the boredom is come from the facing the challenges task in life, then yeah, I try to maintain my motivation. But if the boredom come from the uh, being more free in life, then I try to engage in other activities like watching movies, try to listen to music, and sometimes I try to talk with my family members.
Do you think childhood is boring or adulthood is boring?
Yes.
Do you think childhood is boring or adulthood is boring?
Well, uh, uh, we can't say that childhood is boring or adulthood is boring. Actually, it's depend upon the nature of the person and the time you are facing in your life and the experience. So, if your childhood spent in a good condition, like you were happy with your parents and you were enjoying with all facilities in life, so it definitely will be enjoyable. But and in the same way, in the adulthood, if you are facing much difficulties in life, then people will think that the adulthood is boring. Actually, it all depend upon the time you are facing and the personality you have, how you tackle the uh, time with what you are facing.
Alright, so this is enough of part one. Um, okay, I would provide anyone who would like to provide feedback to my ma'am Javia practice. Alright, anyone who would like to provide? Okay, ma'am, you can make your speech a little bit slow. In the last few questions, it was too much fast, and you can speak little bit
Mhm.
clearly. Certain your words are not clear for me, like you are rushing the speech, and when you speak with deeply, like with full pressure, then your words are clear. And sometimes if you are just speaking like fastly, this also happens because it can make your speech or answers unclear for listener. This is one thing which you need to do. And certain times, like your sometimes your answers are too long, like in the first person you talk many things like what should do. Even they were asking about do you often feel bored or not, and when I asked the question what do you do when you feel bored, these were the answers which you already told in the first person. So and when you do this thing, you are distracted, like you lose coherence. And apart from that, I would say don't say in middle of sentences again and again I feel bored, I feel bored. So just say I feel bored on various times of my on various stages of my life, and then you can give all the examples. When do you feel bored?
Okay.
You want to do it, it can organize your answer instead of saying I feel bored. Because when you say the same sentence, same structure,
Mm.
same words again and again, it means you are repeating language and you don't have enough thing to rephrase it. If you want to say it
Mm.
again, try to rephrase it instead of saying it again and again. Like sometimes we are feeling boring, like you can use different parts of speech of the same word, like bored one time you use bored, boredom, boring. So boring feeling is caused by
Yes,
different reasons. So this is also another rephrasing of the same um, sentence which you were using, and they were also fillers you need to work on it. I think
yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
in the past when you joined it, your speech was better, but today your answer was not much good.
Ma'am, actually, I think today I am trying to like go much deeper in the answer, so that's why I think.
All right, yeah. Just try to stay the questions. Don't overthink. And when you will speak little bit slowly, you will also get some time to think. Okay, Ma'am Amuna, share something. Okay, Ma'am Fansika. Okay, Ma'am Amuna, I shared how we can use different
Yeah.
vocab. We feel both lack of interest in what I am doing, so motivation and no physical energy. So these are the yes, like sometimes we lost interest in activities which we are doing, and we have zero motivation. So and sometimes we have don't energy to perform any physical activities, so this results in feeling boring because we are not doing anything. So this is the also the way we can answer. Thank you, ma'am. And what do you do when feel okay? These are the good words, and as well as ideas like we can recharge, like we can pause, we can take a break, we can recharge ourselves, go for a walk, we can perform any activity. You can perform any physical activity, like you can go for and walk in nearby parks. You can also perform any crafting or activity which you like. You can also do art, or you can also play anything like sport, any games, online games, video games which you find interesting. So these are also the good way to answer the question. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can you ask the part one question for me as well? Okay, anyone who would like to take my test for part one, you can ask the question for the topic
Yes,
which we are discussing, and the topic is feeling bored.
yes, ma'am. From which part and in what question should I ask?
Feeling bored topic. I have opened first question. I will open one by one, or should I
Okay,
open
ma'am.
all the questions?
Okay, ma'am. So I am starting. The first question is, do you often feel bored?
Yes, I feel I have feeling of bored in certain situations of in my life, and that occur when I am not doing any activities because I am tired for the things which I am performing for the long time. So I try to take a break, but it results in boredom.
Okay, great.
Okay, you can
When do you
answer
feel
the
bored?
question. Okay, I'm opening all
Yes,
the
ma'am.
questions. It is not, I'm opening all the questions. It is not necessary to ask in sequence. You can ask any question randomly within this topic. I have opened
Okay,
all
ma'am.
the questions.
Do you think childhood is boring or adulthood is boring?
I don't think so. We can assign feeling of boring to any specific age group. It depends on either you are living in isolation or doing socialization. If you are in socialization process, either it is in your childhood or in your adulthood, then you will not have any feeling of both. So this is not the feeling which is specific to any age group. I would say it depends on your personal choices. If you are doing activities and living and not living in isolation, then you will not have this kind of feeling.
Okay. In this question, just one mistake I noted that you have said feeling of bored.
Uh, what I said?
Feeling of bored, like we should say feeling of boredom.
All right. But boredom word itself not mean feeling of boredom is itself the word we call it boredom. So how it can be correct? Like when we add again
Like,
feeling of boredom.
ma'am, the word bored, it is like past verb, bored. Like, I have,
Right.
I, I have no sentence in mind right now. And the boredom is the situation, and bored is the verb of past sentence.
Yes.
Can I add something here?
Yes, sir. Sure, you can add.
Okay, so feeling of boredom and feeling of bored, there is a difference. Feeling of when we say something, so it means you're feeling something, right? And but we cannot say feeling of verb, right? For example, feeling of eating, right? Feeling of ate, this is wrong, right? Feeling of eat, ate, eaten, right? Or feeling of go, right? So we have to use noun here. So boredom is a noun, feeling of boredom. That boredom, a noun is like it's a situation, as she said, right? But a verb is like you are doing something. So feeling of doing something, that is wrong. Feeling of something, a noun. So this is the correct one. Feeling of boredom. Boredom is a noun.
Okay, I have one question here. Like when we say the boredom individual word, it means we're talking about feeling of uh, being bored. So, but when we add again feeling word with the boredom, is not going to be incorrect.
No, as I said, when you say feeling of, it means feeling of something. Like you are feeling, but that is of something, and that something should be noun. It should not be a verb. Bored or bore is a verb, but boredom is noun. So noun is the correct word.
All right. Thank you, everyone who added their points. So we can move to our
But
practice
don't worry.
question.
Let me just tell you. Don't worry about these small things. Those things will be corrected with the passage of time. I mean, you cannot, like for example, when we are speaking, we cannot think about everything, right? We cannot think about the small things. For example, should I put noun? Should I put verb? Right? So these things are unnecessary. Just speak and then read. You will get to know it, everything. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay, sir, thank you for explanation. And the next question is, what do you do when you feel bored?
I browse different things on the internet and sometimes read different newspapers so that I can avoid this kind of feeling. However, if I'm still feeling the same again and again, then I try to contact with my friends and family members and do chat with them for a long time.
Okay. When do you feel bored?
It depends on my mood as well, but I don't have specific time when I feel bored. Sometimes if I'm not performing any sort of activity, then it leads to boredom.
Uh,
So this is the specific time when I need to when I'm in the break period, but then I can restart my activities.
okay, great. So I think the questions has ended now.
Okay, ma'am,
A part of
if you
board topic.
okay, if you have feedback or anyone else, you are free to add.
Yeah, the feedback from my side will be that you have a little bit of grammatical mistakes, but those are not that much big, and it will be fixed with time if you speak often. So don't worry about those. My suggestion would be to you is, you know, like just maybe once a week or maybe after 2 or 3 days, just visit the tenses and then which verb to use where and which form, and also direct and indirect if you're studying to. Just visit those, just read about those. Do not try to learn it, but just with the tools. So if you do it like regularly, for example, after 3 days or once a week, you will master the grammatical mistakes. Yeah.
Can you mention some grammatical mistake if you have noticed?
Yeah, there are some, for example, like you made one that is the feeling of, and let me tell you something. You were trying to say feeling bored. That is the correct one, but feeling of bored, that is not the correct one. But you will get the hang of it with time. And there are others, for example, where we need to use a second form of verb like in the past, but you sometimes use a first form of verb. So those are tiny mistakes. I'm not saying the big one, but for example, like if you want to go to IELTS, those will like cut points, right? So that's why I'm asking you to, suggesting you to, visit over the classes, just, to get the hang of it. And if there is something missing, you will find it out. Yeah.
All right, I will again listen back to the recording and I will find out if there are grammatical mistake while existing there or not in my answering. All right, we can see some answers, simple answers which are written here, and we can find how they describe the answer and what words they use. Then we will move to part 2 and part 3. Anyone who would like to read the answer of first question? Anyone who would like to read the answers of first question?
Yes, I do occasionally feel bored, particularly when I find myself stuck in a routine at work, performing the same tasks every day. The repetitive nature of certain activities can make time seem to drag, which contributes to my boredom.
Okay, can you describe me which words are relevant to today's topic?
Mm, like stuck in a routine, like
I'm
stuck,
saying
stuck in, yes.
which words are related to topic. Okay, I have one question. When we talk about feeling, we use a verb feel. Like I feel happy. So are there
Mm,
any other verbs in your mind which we can use in the place of feel? Anyone?
experiencing
Experience. All right.
bored.
Experience more. I'm 5 months in a routine at work. I was thinking which words we can use in this topic. The one word is boredom, another
Bored.
word is feel bored. I
Mm,
often, yes, these are the two words. These are the general words like the repetitive nature of certain activities. So this is not much necessary. So we find two words in this topic which we can use while describing the answer. Let's see in the next question quickly so that we can get enough time to speak for part 2 and part 3. I often feel bored during lengthy work meetings. They seem unnecessary and unproductive. It is frustrating. Okay, we can talk about the frustrating situation in this case. It is a little bit similar in the context of boring. In meetings that actually engaging in core responsibilities, which can lead to a sense of restlessness. Uh, in meetings that actually engaging in my core responsibilities, which can lead to a sense of restlessness. Okay, there are not much word in this question. When boredom strikes, I usually turn to reading books or watch movies and or TV series to pass the time. Okay, we can use the phrase pass the time in this context. I also enjoy chatting with friends and family as these conversations often lift my spirits and provide a welcome distraction from monotony. Okay, spirits. This is not the word which is directly linking to this situation, but lift my spirit. This is the phrase. Okay, distraction from monotony. Monotony is the word which the thing or activity which you are continuously doing. So in your like this is routine, so you can want distraction from that monotony. I believe adulthood tends to be more boring than childhood, primarily due to the multitude of responsibilities that come with being an adult. As we navigate our work life, we often find ourselves caught in a busy routine that can feel monotonous. In contrast, childhood is filled with play and carefree moments, allowing us to enjoy life without the weight of responsibilities. So we didn't find much word in today's topic. There are two words feel boring. I think boredom. These are the two words in past time, like which we can use in this context. Rather than these words, they were not specific words. So let's move for part two practice of today. What the last topic which we have done. Okay, last topic which was we have done in previous week twice. Let's see what is the next difficult topic. So describe a time that you showed something new to others. I think it is very common topic and we have enough ideas and things. Online video in which you learn something new. I think we can make a story easily on this topic. It doesn't seems difficult. Describe a person who has strong opinions. This is also easy topic. Describe a price. Okay, we can easily talk about money or any price. So describe a crowded place. We have done this task. Alright. Describe a challenge you faced that you thought was. I think challenge is the easy. You can describe any challenge which you have faced in any context. So these topics are not new to us. Where you would like to stay house. Okay, we can take this topic for today. Describe an ideal and perfect place where you would like to stay a house in an apartment. So we will start our practice from this topic in today class. So we can set 1 minute preparation time for this topic and then we can speak on it. So I would say anyone who would like to set timer for me. Everyone can prepare this topic because when you will finish my practice, I will move to other participant practice. Anyone who would like to set one
Okay,
minute
ma'am.
timer?
Yes, ma'am, I am starting.
Okay.
Ma'am, you can start your answer.
All right. I'm going to talk about a house which would be an ideal place for me to live, and that will be in my hometown. That house should be very spacious so that I can perform many things in that house. Like if there is courtyard, then you can spend your evenings while watching the sunset scene and returning of birds to their homes. I would like to have one indoor swimming pool sometimes so that I can sit along with that pool. Some other things which I would like to have in my hometown house. There are like having a gym in my home so that I don't need to go outside to do any physical activities. These are the some specific things which I want in terms of amenities. Apart from that, I would like to have multiple rooms within multi-story building with a modern kitchen, and I would like to have one garden in backyard of my kitchen so that I can grow many plants and vegetable there for in order to get fresh and healthier produce every day compared to foods which are bought from local food that are not fresh and healthy, and sometimes they are rotten. So I would say this house can be an ideal place because it will not only provide me a lot of facilities which I am looking with a lot of space to do many things. I if I talk about environment, the which is very peaceful in my hometown as there are no industries there, so you will not be able to confront it with air pollution. So this is the good thing which I also want in my routine, because if you are living in quieter settings, you can easily concentrate on different daily activities and you will not lose your focus while performing different things. So I would say it will be a perfect site for me to live there, and I don't have any problem to live in that house.
Okay, ma'am, that's great. You have spoken uh, 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
You didn't stop me after 2 minutes, so I stopped it myself.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
can I add something?
I just show.
So the last sentence that you said, I don't have any problem, something like that, right? So can you please say that in Urdu, that what did you want to say?
Uh, I did not exactly remember. I think I was saying I don't have any specific issue. I said problems. I think I said I don't have any problems while living in that house. This was like their
Yes,
sentence.
yes, exactly. So, okay, so the reason why I wanted you to say Urdu is because when you say I don't have, this means you're talking in present, right? But here the question is, it is saying like describe the ideal place. So I don't know, like what were you trying to say? But in my opinion, I would say that I would not have, because right now you are not living in that space, right? You are not present there, right? You are describing a story. So I think do not describe a story in present tense. If I'm not wrong, you can correct me on that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
When I read the question, I was also confused. Either it is asking about something which we will buy and then will live, or we have but we are not living. So this was a confusion for me. I think when we will read the answer, we will get the idea.
Yeah, of course,
No,
we will
ma'am.
get the idea. Okay,
Uh,
but the thing is,
ma'am.
if you, sorry, just 1 minute,
Yes,
please. If you think is where you would like to stay, right? Can you, okay, I'm sorry. Can you please, like go back to the question? Yeah, yeah. So it's like where you would like, you know? So it's not like where do you stay? So if it had asked where do you stay, it means it wants to ask you about your present situation. But here it is asking where you would like to stay. It means your imagination. Yeah. So that's why. Yeah, just one thing I pointed out. Don't worry, we will when we read the story, we will figure it out together.
Okay, you're not saying you're asking like there's a place which we want to live, but they're not specific mentioning like future or that. They're just asking a place we would like to live.
ma'am. The point is, they are asking, like in future, where we would like to stay. Like we can see that where it would be. Like ये जगह कहाँ पर होगी, अगर आप मतलब जहाँ पे रहना पसंद करेंगे, तो सब कुछ हमने वो फ्यूचर में बताया है.
Yes, then the last question in the last sentence of the I think last sentence which I spoke, then it will be I will not have any issue when I will live in that house. So it should be done
Yes,
in future.
exactly. Yeah, so your last sentence should be, I would not have an issue living there. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Exactly. So let ma'am, can you continue follow questions?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, I'm opening all the questions. You can ask randomly anyone. Yeah, how many
Okay.
questions? There are questions. Is this screen visible? If I will make it small, then you might face
Yes,
issue
ma'am.
in readability. I can open first half of the question and then you can ask the question from that part and then I will open it the remaining part. Otherwise, this book is shared. Anyone can open yourself and I can stop sharing screen and anyone can even open on their own as this book is already shared in slide. Okay, ma'am,
Yes.
you can start the question because we don't have much time. We need to go through the answers of the today.
Do different people have different preferences for houses or apartments?
Yes, nobody would like to have same house. They are seeing for the friends or family members. Every one would like to construct their house based on their perception and what they want to have in these in their houses. Some people would like to copy certain things, but I have never seen duplicates of different houses in the same area. There are certain streams um, which are not in my locality, but they want to have a similar structure of all houses. I think this was recommended by the land management authority of that area. So in that way, you are bound by that structure, but those who have freedom, they don't copy the infrastructure and any decoration from other houses. Okay, ma'am, you can ask next question now.
Okay, ma'am. Why do some people choose to live in the city center?
There are multiple factors involved in this scenario. Some people want to avail better amenities and educational opportunities, so that is the reason they prefer urban areas over countryside. If I compare to rural areas, they don't have job opportunities as well as best institutions which are available in cities. That is the reason people try to avoid living in countryside, and nowadays many people have been moved in cities to avail all these better opportunities because these things are not possible if you are living in undeveloped area.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, I think in one sentence you have said people having moved or people are moving.
I did not
Yes.
remember exactly.
Okay, so let's move to another question. What do you think buildings will be like in the future?
I don't have much information about her thing, but based on my observation, I'm seeing many technological related equipment has been installed in different buildings. So I would say there will be multiple stories compared to past where people will have just one story with a lot of technology related facilities there. Like there will be a lot of house cleaning robots which will perform all the activities. I've seen in the past building were not large enough, but now there is a trend of high-rise building, and these are becoming very common in different cities. So I would see a lot of them in the near future.
Okay. What would people rarely consider when they rent or buy a house or an apartment?
It varies from one person to another person. Some people want to have uh, quiet environment and without any noise disruption, so they would like to not they would like to avoid living near industrial area. But if anyone has better if anyone is looking to have a better job opportunities, then he or she would like to have live in those areas so that he can support financially his or her family. So this will be his first priority. I think it is different from one person to another person. Some person have different preferences while others have different, so we can't say there are similarities between all groups.
Okay. So the questions I have asked,
Should I move next?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, but
What
you
should,
can ask.
why are apartments popular in some places while not in others?
If I say in many places people can't afford own homes, so that is the reason they want to buy apartment which is affordable for them. So that is the reason many construction of apartments have been done in previous areas in those areas. And even many land management company are doing all those things which are required by different residents, so they can't build those houses which are not in demand, because they will lose money if they will build them. The main reason is that no one is going to buy them, so that is the reason they are preferring to have a lot of apartments, particularly in cities where people go there for a job and living individually and want to rent certain apartments for their living and then come back after certain time uh, when their job when they have done all of the work.
Okay, ma'am. I think all the questions I have asked.
All right, so can you provide me feedback? I think we have not much time left. It is better we can review the answer because it is very crucial what is written in this question. It was a little bit confusing. Ma'am, you can provide feedback, or anyone else who
Ma'am,
would like to give me.
yes, ma'am. I have not observed the grammatical mistake, but anyone else, if observed, then he or she can mention. And if I talk about fluency, it is good. But we should know more points about buildings and the people preferences so that we can talk more.
Yes, I found your lacking of years into it, and sometimes it disturbs our fluency. Okay, anyone has any feedback you can provide it? Then we can see the answers within last 10 minutes.
Okay, so feedback from my side would be like everything's correct. Yeah, fluency is awesome. Everything's fluent. Like there are minimal grammatical mistakes, but those will be fixed over time. One suggestion is that avoid filler words. For example, when you are speaking, like you are saying, these are called filler words, or filler something. So avoid those. Apart from that, little bit of minimal grammatical mistakes, those will be fixed. And there is one thing I noticed, that although you give like correct answer, but I think you should focus more on the question more. For example, in the last question, it was asked, why are apartments popular in some area, right? But you gave an answer, not saying it was a good answer, but it was not relevant to the question. And the question was, why are apartments popular in some area? So you should have gave reasons about why are apartments popular. Like,
Um,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
all right, I have one question regarding syllabus you have said. How much syllabus you have noticed? Are they long? Because long passes are considered like can low or school. And the syllabus you have noticed, are they long? And how
Yes,
much?
they are. Okay, so if you want to achieve fluency, you have to remove your fillers. Now, let me just tell you something. If you like, okay, do you notice me? I do not use For example, what I want to say is that I want to be good. This you can be silent in there. So what you can do is, you see, I am silent. I do not say loudly. I say it in my mind. So these are syllables. What I recommend to you is just be silent in those syllables. You do not have to think loudly. You can think in your mind. So what will that do? It will give you more time to think because you are not saying something, and it will seem like you are fluent, but you are thinking, but not out loud. Like, did you see? I did not say any filler word. I just stopped and gave pauses to myself.
Research. I think in the past there were much. I have our came in. I have adopted certain strategies, but if you focus one area, other things suffer, and if you focus one area, then I think one suffers at the end of another, and there is sometimes difficulty to focus all these things while speaking. So these things
Yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah. Don't worry. That's why we have these classes, right? That's why we need to speak regularly to overcome this. Don't worry about those. It will come naturally. But like you said to, point out the thing. So I just pointed out to you. Like focus on those, but don't worry.
All right. Thank you, sir, for your feedback. We can go through what the answer they have written. Let me read this. An ideal place for me to stay would be a cozy cottage nestled in the serene countryside, preferably located near a picturesque lake surrounded by lush greenery. They use a lot of vocab in this answer. The cottage would feature a charming wooden exterior with large windows that offer panoramic views of the tranquil landscape, allowing natural light to flood the interior. Inside, the decor would be warm and inviting with a fireplace, comfortable furniture, and a well equipped kitchen, creating a perfect environment for relaxation and family gatherings. So, fireplace, we can talk about. Okay, so these are the things we can describe about like they have just a cozy cottage, serene, airy place. I think they are not specific mentioning in the future context. They are also using wood keyword. The dream cottage. Okay, once a cozy cottage and then dream includes special features such as small garden filled with vibrant flowers and vegetable patch where I could cultivate fresh produce. Additionally, cozy reading nook. Okay, nook is a specific area like which you find comfortable. So reading nook means you are talking about specific area in their house with a built-in bookshelf and a view of the lake would provide a peaceful retreat for me to enjoy my favorite books while the cottage would not be overly large. It would have enough space for a couple of bedrooms, a home office, catering to my need for both privacy and productivity. The ideal place represents a sanctuary away from the hustle and bustle of city life. Okay, we highlighted this love many times, hustle and bustle of city life, offering a harmonious blend of nature and comfort. It would be a perfect escape, allowing me to recharge and connect with my surroundings, making it ideal home for me. So there are so many words. Let's see. Anyone who let's see those words because they have used some different vocab. So I would say any one who would like to describe certain words. So anyone who know the cozy word meaning? Cozy
Cozy is
cottage.
comfortable.
Alright, and cottage. A cottage is a place which is in like trees, and this is a very small place, you can say that, and it can be
Cottage, yeah, is like a wooden house where, for example, in movies beside islands where there's like a wooden house, right? Have you seen like movies? There is a house, wooden house. That's thing is called.
exactly exactly a small house in specific in different part of the country. It can be we have seen in different countryside even. So let's move to the next question. Sorry, next verse. Are you please for me to say? I hope so. You got the idea of cozy cottage. Let's move to the next question. Sorry, next word. So next word is again serene. Serene is also refer to the peaceful something. So you can say cozy and serene used in different contexts. So picturesque lake. Who would like to talk about this word? Picturesque. Who would like? Anyone who would like to talk about this? Okay, this means like something which is charming, like attractive. So they are talking about lake, which is charming, have an attractive view. So they are using as an adjective picturesque lake surrounded by lush greenery. Lush greenery means very like very good greenery, you can say in certain words. So charming wooden exterior with large windows offer panoramic view. Anyone who would like to describe about the word panoramic?
Don't know, ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am, can you say it again?
Ma'am, I don't know. I think it's meaning in the same way like attractive, use beautiful.
Okay, panoramic view, very wide view. You can see a lot of things. You will see some windows have just a very some part of the nature you can see, but they have certain have wide like you can see a lot of things through the window. So you can say wide view.
Yeah, maybe we can say like the house is situated in such a place where outside the window, wherever I see, there are beautiful uh, things to see. So I think this
Yeah.
what refers to panoramic view. Like if I see left, there is a beautiful scenery to the front and to right, like everywhere.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for adding tranquil landscape. Tranquil word here means again peace or calm. So these all words are interrelated: serene, tranquil, peace. So you can use interchangeably if you want to show some vocab. Nature light to flood. Decor. This seems from decoration, fireplace, comfortable furniture, well equipped kitchen. You can say modern kitchen. We can also say dream cottage, small garden, vibrant flowers. So vibrant is the word which can use in many contexts. Vegetable patch, cultivate fresh produce, cozy, we have discussed. Okay, I think any word which is left we have out of time. Anyone who would like to talk about the word retreat?
Where is the word, ma'am?
So maybe what it means is, for example, you are busy in your life. Now you want to retreat to a peaceful life. Like you want to get away from everything and you want to enjoy like